Welcome to Dbms class. Today we are going to discuss about the three schema architecture for data dependency or Ansi Sparc data model. So Ansi Sparc data model developed three schema architecture for decreasing of the data abstraction. So here Ansi stands for American National Standard Institute. Sparc stands for Standards Planning and Requirements Committee. So it describes, that is three schema architecture describes the structure of a database. So the overall structure of a database at different levels, that is external level, conceptual level and internal level, is described by using this framework or this schema architecture. So next it separates the user applications and physical databases, and it decreases the data abstraction, that is it hides the internal details of the database management system. So how the database internally implemented within a system. So the three schema architecture describes the overall structure of a database at different levels, like internal level and conceptual level, external level. So this diagram illustrates that the overall different types of schemas or structures available in a database management system. So three schema architecture supports three levels. First one is internal level. It is also called as a physical schema. So it defines how the data will be stored within a hard disk at physical level, and it describes the physical storage structure of the database, and it defines the storage space allocation by using B-trees, hashing, etc. And it is also defines the access paths from the database, so by using the primary key, secondary key and indexes. So overall the internal level or physical schema defines the how the data can be stored at physically, and storage structure and the access path is also defined by using this physical schema or internal level. So whenever any changes can be done at physical schema, that will not affect the conceptual schema. So that is called physical data independence. So next coming into second concept, conceptual level. So conceptual level is also called as a logical level. So it describes the overall structure of a database, and it describes what data can be stored within a database and what are the relationship presented between the data within a database management system, and it describes the design of the database at a conceptual level. So here in this level the programmers and database administrator will be worked, so for designing and maintaining of the database. So next third one, external level. So external level is also called as a view level. So the database contains different types of schemas called as a subschemas. So these subschemas are also called as a different views of the database. So these subschemas are defined, so what data can be accessed by the which user, and this schema allows to interact with the database by the user. So totally external level is related to the end user. It is also called as a view schema, and it contains different types of schemas called as a subschemas. So each subschema having different views of the database, and each view describes the what part of the database can be used or accessed by the which user, and it describes the interaction between the user and the database. So in overall view, so the three schema architecture is used to describe the overall structure of a database at different levels, that is internal level, conceptual level and external level, and it decreases the data abstraction in database management system. So first of all, internal level, it describes the how the data can be stored at physically within a hard disk, and it also defines the storage structures and the access paths of the database. So next second one, conceptual level. So conceptual level defines what data can be stored within a database, what are the relationships are presented within a database, and here the structure of the database can be defined so in this level. So it describes so conceptual schema of the database, and the programmers, database administrators can be worked on this level. So next one, third one is external schema. So external schema or external level or view schema contains different schemas called as a subschema. Each subschema having a view of the database. So each view specifies or describes what part of a database can be accessed by the user, and this schema describes the interaction of the database by the user. Okay, thank you.